You wear many hats as a small business owner, that's for sure. Knowing how to perform many different functions of your business can be a huge boon to your productivity and efficiency, and help your bottom line too. But it can also spread you extremely thin. On top of that, if you're not a professional in an area that you need 100% accuracy in, like, say, your accounting, then you could make mistakes. So, what should you do about hiring an accountant or doing your books yourself? Is there a universal rule of thumb as to when you should bring in the pros? Not exactly. But you can heed these tips to help you weigh the pros and cons and make a decision you feel good about. Welcome back to another episode of Facultive Station, the home of the greatest finance and accounting content to keep you coming back for more. From the best news in the finance world and reviews of the best software and programs, to study tips and tricks, we have all you need to make the most out of your accounting journey. Get involved and join the community by subscribing to the channel so you never miss any of our latest uploads. In this episode, we are going to be taking a look at hiring a professional accountant versus doing your own books. Let's get into it. What does a bookkeeper do? A bookkeeper is responsible for keeping an accurate and detailed record of your day-to-day financial records, payments, sales, bills, payroll, etc. Their responsibility starts and ends there. Typically, a bookkeeper would look after such tasks as keeping track of all customer payments and invoices, paying supplier bills, managing payroll, recording cash expenses, managing and forecasting cash flow, reconciling bank accounts. What does an accountant do? An accountant, on the other hand, has a much broader overview of your business's financial performance. They'll achieve this by reviewing and analyzing all of the information that the bookkeeper has put together. Typically, an accountant will look after the following: setting up your accounting software and establishing processes, reviewing and confirming the accuracy of bookkeeping, tax planning and preparing tax returns, consultation and advice on financial decision-making, tax implications, asset management, and planning a financial strategy, business planning, and payroll issues. For startups and small businesses, some bookkeepers will often cover some accountant tasks, or accountancy firms will offer bookkeeping as an add-on service. And with the help of modern accounting software, previously complicated accounting tasks have become a lot easier to do. Is an accountant or bookkeeper for your business mandatory? No, you don't have to turn to either when you are self-employed. You can complete your own tax returns and so on. For sole traders, if your business is straightforward and uncomplicated, then doing this annual exercise is not too onerous, providing that you stay on top of your paperwork and invoicing, and have a good idea of what you can claim against your tax, how much, and so on. Doing your own bookkeeping. The pros. It's free. The most obvious one. If you do your own finances, you won't have to pay a fee for a professional to help out or take over. If you're early stage, you may not need a pro yet. Some businesses actually have very simple finances and aren't yet at a point at which they need professional accounting services. In that case, you wouldn't have to devote time and money to a pro. The cons. You could make easy mistakes. If you're rushing through your bookkeeping just to get it done so you can move on to the next task, you may make easy mistakes. Those include missing payments or not identifying overdue invoices, both of which can cost you. You could be leaving money on the table. Your accountant may be able to find cost inefficiencies, redundancies, and other places where you're leaving money on the table. You may not be trained or have enough distance from the business to spot these. You might not understand your money. Accounting isn't just about cash in, cash out. Your financial statements all tell a story about your business's health and whether you're making the right decisions to set yourself up to succeed, both now and in the future. The objective, trained eye of an accountant can help you spot and correct these without any conflict of interest. You lose time you could spend doing other tasks. Although you may not have professional expertise in business finances, you likely have a lot of expertise in other areas related to your small business. When you need to devote time to doing your own bookkeeping, however, you're not able to tend to those other duties. Hiring an accountant or bookkeeper. The pros: accountants will be precise. There's no way to 100% ensure an accountant will never make a mistake, but with their training, they're much less likely to make a careless error or misinterpret something. After all, doing the books is their job. They know common mistakes that occur in small business finance, and they also know how to rectify them. Accountants can focus on your finances. Have you ever had to pay a late fee on a business credit card bill or business loan just because you weren't paying attention or keeping track of when your bills were due? Don't worry, it happens to many. For a bookkeeper, however, making sure they're on top of things, including late fees, is their remit, and they'll make certain that vendors and bills that need to be paid are done so on time. They can save you money. Beyond making sure that you don't incur late fees, accountants can make sure you don't make costly mistakes in your financial record keeping. They'll keep track of your cash flow and make sure you don't overdraft your business bank account balance. They'll also make sure that you have enough money to make payroll every month, because if one of your employees leaves, that's a very costly mistake. They can teach you something. With their high level of financial expertise, you'll likely learn something from having an accountant around. Maybe it's a better way to keep track of things, or a better system to implement for cash management. And the best part is that you don't have to sit down with them to get schooled. You free up more of your own time. You don't have to do your own bookkeeping? Great! You can go run your business now. The cons: onboarding takes time. Finding the right accountant is sometimes like business dating. Since trust is such a massive component of a relationship with your accountant, you want to make sure you put in the time to find someone whom you gel with. You can cut this time by getting referrals from peers you trust, however. And then you might have to show your new accountant the ropes, which requires some devoted time as well. Their services cost money. Surprise! Accountants aren't free. They're professionals that need to be paid for their time. Services vary, and you should be able to find someone you trust who fits into your budget. But you'll need to do that budgeting for it. You may need new software. If you haven't been using the right bookkeeping and business accounting software, your accountant may ask you to purchase the software that's right for your business. Unfortunately, most free accounting programs don't do the job that most professionals require. It's not a big investment, usually, but it does have a price tag. What's the verdict? Although there's no rule that says you need to hire an accountant or a bookkeeper, a professional is likely worth the investment. And if not now, then down the line. Often the cost of an accountant is offset by the time you would be spending on your accounting and the money they can help you save. As a business owner, you should be spending time doing the tasks that bring the most value to your company. Ask yourself if you could be doing something with a higher return than doing your own books. If the answer is yes, or probably, then it's worth starting your search. With that, we've reached the end of today's episode, all about hiring a professional accountant versus doing your own books. What do you guys do for your businesses, and how does it work out for you? Get involved and let us know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a thumbs up. Plus, if you want to see more fantastic finance and accounting content just like this, remember to subscribe to the channel and check out our other socials such as Instagram and TikTok that are listed in the video description. As always, thanks for stopping by and watching. See you again soon in the next one.